Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer any questions you may have. My name is Jenny, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. I now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Miami University of Oxford.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Aaron Garcia. I am a regional recruiter for Miami University, Oxford. We are the one located in Ohio, so I know we get a lot of misunderstanding of people thinking that we're in Miami, but actually, Miami University has been around longer than an actual city, than the actual state of Florida. So we like to say that Miami University copied us. So what I'll do is my presentation will probably be shorter than 6 minutes. So if you guys have any questions regarding our institution, you can just feel free to send me information in the chat. So our campus has about 18,000 students. Out of those 18,000, 16,000 are undergrad. So we are heavily focused on undergraduate education. We really like the fact that a lot of the kids are either freshmen, sophomores, and seniors. And we really pride ourselves on that college environment. Like-minded people enjoying the same things, and that's something that that Miami University really prides itself on. We are one of 8 original public IVs, which means that we offer an Ivy League quality education at a public school price, and we've been around for more than 200 years.
Your PowerPoint is not up. Just FYI.
I'm sorry.
Your PowerPoint's not up.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. Hold up. Is it not sharing? Did I not share it?
Go ahead and try again.
Full screen. I thought I was sharing this whole time. Is it still not sharing?
It's there. Perfect.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Can everybody see it? Are we good?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So, where was I? Okay, this is just a little cool tour of our campus. Like I mentioned, this just talks about our student population. We're a public IV. We're top 10 in the country amongst public universities for undergraduate teaching nationwide. So with regards to those undergraduate students, we really pride ourselves in our 4-year programs. Our 4-year graduation rate is in the 90th percentile. So these professors really make sure that students get out, come in and get out within 4 years. So this is our little formula for success. Client projects, you have a Miami Global Plan, very, very big with internships and connections. Our alumni association is very big. Quick fact, Miami is one of the top 10 institutions in the country that has produced the most CEOs from our former School of Business program. So those connections and that networking is there for people who are students who want to go on after they attend Miami University. 59% of graduates from our 2020 class completed at least one minor and additional major. So you do have the options to either double major or major and minor. And utilizing that our education in our campus is something that Miami really strive themselves on. Study abroad, we have several study abroad options across the country. We even have a Luxembourg campus, which is a Miami, Luxembourg, which is in the middle of 3 countries. I believe it's Hungary, Germany, and France. And what students like to do is they like to attend the campus for the semester, take general ed courses, and basically travel Europe. But there are global programs for our majors also, for over 60 different countries that students can also enjoy. These are some of the major areas of study that we have. Pharma School of Business, nursing, engineering, and architecture are our top majors. The great thing about the majors at Miami University is that there is no prerequisites. Okay, so these are all direct 4-year programs. So you apply, you're into the program, we try to get you in and out in 4 years. So there are no, there are no prerequisites for the courses. You don't have to be stuck 5 or 6 years trying to complete a business major or a nursing major or a kinesiology major. All of our majors are 4 years. We have an honors college too, which is very, very unique, where we take the top students that applied at Miami University and have been accepted, and we put them together in an honors college. And what the honors college does is it not only gives students an extra $5,000 scholarship, but it places them with a faculty member, a staff member, and they get to live in this pretty dorm complex that overlooks our lake. And it just basically gives these students kind of independent teaching and allows them to strive for to be successful, whether it's graduate studies or the career right after they graduate from Miami. And this is just couple nice facts here. We have 26 on-campus dining options. We have 47 residence halls and 30 plus learning communities. All the residence halls are located in the middle of campus. However, for those who want to kind of live outside of campus or live in apartments, we do have those options available, but they are located around. So sorry, I'm just checking to see if we have any questions. Okay, nothing yet.
We're at our 6 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well then, cool. Yeah, I guess that's it.
All right. Perfect. But that's a great reminder that participants, if you do have any questions for Miami University Oxford or any of our other institutions here at any time, please feel free to utilize that Q&A function. Our presenters will be here for the entire session to answer your questions. Up next, we have Wagner College.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony Rinaldi, and I am one of the admissions counselors at Wagner College. Tonight, I'll be taking you through a few of our major important information and just what Wagner is like in general. So some of our fast facts: Wagner is located on Staten Island, New York, which is in one of the 5 boroughs of New York City. We're actually about 30 minutes from Manhattan by public transportation, and we have a ferry shuttle that takes students to the ferry. We are on a very large campus. So we have 105 acres. It's very park-like, very green, a lot of open areas. We have students from 45 states and about 30 different countries, although that number is changing on a year-to-year basis. We're hoping to hit all 50 quite soon. And approximately 70% of our students do live on campus. As for our classrooms, we are a rather small school. So we have about 2,200 undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral students, with about 1,800 of them being undergraduate. So that means your classes are going to be fairly small. We have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and you'll have about 19 to 22 students per class on average. We do have over 40 majors and minors, and we're constantly growing. So here is a full list of everything we have to offer. Some of our most popular majors for our first year students are nursing, We do have a 5-year accelerated physician assistant program, psychology, general biology, and business. Some of our newer majors are dance education. This year, we introduced microbiology and immunology, as well as neuroscience. Film and media studies is about 5 or 6 years old. And the fact that we are just continuously growing and adding new majors says a lot about Wagner as a whole, and the fact that we want to give our students what they're looking for. And with new programs means new materials, new facilities, new things to work with. We just developed our brand new PA Sim Lab, so our students have even more spaces to work with and really grow and develop through their major in addition to the classroom. So the Wagner Plan is something that makes us a bit unique for from other colleges. The Wagner Plan is 3 learning communities across your 4 years of college. Each of these learning communities is specifically designed to have very high impact learning experiences, which include field work, critical reading, intensive writing, and things along those lines. We're one of the few colleges where all of our 100% of our students are required to complete an internship throughout their 4 years. So their senior learning community is actually a full-time internship or a research experience where students are creating their own research project and things along those lines. Each of these learning communities will consist of some coursework as well as a reflective tutorial. And the reflective tutorial is really where we break down the information and start learning about those high impact learning experiences. The Wagner campus community, we are a small community, but we are very vibrant. So we have a lot happening on our campus all the time. 3 major traditions throughout the year, starting with Wagner Weekend, which is homecoming weekend, parent weekend, and alumni weekend all rolled up into one. That's that second picture there. We do have Division I athletics teams. We have about 28 teams. Some of our most successful are men's basketball, our women's water polo team. Men's football is one of the more popular to attend. So we do have a lot of different options. And as of this fall, we are increasing our cheer team to a Division I, well, not a Division I, but a varsity level athletic sport. Being that we're a Division I school means that we can offer Division I scholarship money. In addition to that, we do have a very vibrant theater community on our campus. So the first picture there on your left is from our jazz ensemble's performance in New York City. One of the best parts about being in New York City is that we can utilize it. Our students are performing in the city. They have their own headline shows, and they are performing and networking with performers. And then on the right there, we do have a main stage. Because we have a theater performance major, we have 4 main stage productions and 4 black box theater productions every year, as well as our student-led productions. So there is pretty much a show every weekend. Oh, we also have Greek life, over 70 different clubs and organizations, and it really is a vibrant community on campus. So the New York City advantage is something we can definitely talk about. We are one of the few schools in New York City with a traditional college campus. Like I said, Manhattan is 30 minutes away. So our students are taking the ferry and they are going in for their internships. They're going in for fun. So our students have interned at places like ESPN, Universal, Sony Pictures, EY, Deloitte, the big 4 accounting firms, but they're also using it for entertainment. That picture right there in the center is from the opening of Wicked, where one of our faculty members is actually performing as Madame Marble. So about 80 of our students went into the city, saw the production. Last week, we rented out Rockefeller Center's ice skating rink and they went ice skating for orientation. And we really just utilized that space. Some information about admissions. So we do have a $60 application fee. We are test optional for most academic programs, except for our 5-year accelerated PA program. So if anyone's interested in that, test scores are required. We also require your official transcript, 2 letters of recommendation, except for the PA program where we require 3, a personal statement or your Common App essay. And then the PA program and theater performance and theater design, tech, and management do require auditions and interviews. The first year academic profile, our students have an average GPA of a 3.5 on a 4.0 scale, or a 90% out of 100%. Our average SAT score is about a 1200, and our average ACT is about 26. Application deadlines were a bit ahead, but December 1st is those deadlines, and then regular decision is February 15th. And I think I just finished up right in time, so feel free to ask me any questions if you guys have them.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And a quick note to our participants tonight, if you'd like to utilize the captions this evening, you can follow the instructions on the Zoom pop-up message that when you joined at the top of your screen about transcription or closed captioning. There's a new update, so it looks a little bit different tonight. All right, up next we have Muhlenberg College.
Great, thank you, Jenny. Okay, and I hope I am screen sharing the full presentation.
Looks good.
Okay, all right. Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Marie Fahmy, and I am with Muhlenberg College. I know it's tricky to present, to say the name, Jenny, you got it right, so point to you. Easy way to remember is think of our mascot. Our mascot is a mule. His name is Marty the Mule. We are the Mules of Muhlenberg College. If you get it wrong, you won't get in trouble, but now you know how to pronounce our name. So who are we? We are a small private liberal arts college in Allentown, Pennsylvania. It's about an hour and a half outside of New York City and an hour outside of Philly. But we're also a fairly large city as well. We're the third largest in Pennsylvania. About 120,000 people live in Allentown. I love Allentown. It feels both urban and suburban. You have a historical and growing downtown with museums and events. Recent people who have come to perform in Allentown include Adam Sandler and Michael Bublé. So they came to Allentown the last year. But also it feels very suburban, right? We're in a residential part of the city in a suburban area, and there's a free campus shuttle to take you to your suburban necessities like Target, the mall, the movie theater, Starbucks. And we also have an amusement park 5 minutes away from campus. If you are from Southern California or familiar with Knott's Berry Farm, the company that owns the amusement park near us is the same company that owns Knott's Berry Farm. So if you need to get your roller coaster fix, we got you. Muhlenberg itself is small. So again, we're a small private liberal arts college, just under 2,000 students, highly residential. Our small size allows us to be a tight-knit and a welcoming community. In fact, if you look behind me on my virtual background, you'll see red doors. Every exterior door at Muhlenberg is bright red. That is intentional. It's symbolic. A red door is a sign of welcome. So all over our campus, you see the little pops of red everywhere, and it's a reminder that this is a welcoming community. As a welcoming place, we want to make sure that you have the freedom to study what you want. That's really important to us as a liberal arts college. About 30% of our students double major, and that's across the disciplines. Theater and political science is a common combo. Dance and biology is another common combo. One graduate last year was a double major in biochemistry, Russian studies, also was on our football team and pre-med, and he just started at medical school this fall. So you can do a lot at Muhlenberg. So in terms of what are we known for? We're definitely known for our strength in the performing arts. We have a fantastic theater and dance program. What I love about it is you don't have to be a major to participate, whether you want to audition for roles or just take classes. We want you to be a well-rounded artist, and we encourage students to take courses across the performing arts, from musical theater to playwriting, stage management, even things like dance science, stage combat, and aerial acrobatics. We put on about 6 main stage productions each year. One recent production was a queer adaptation of Romeo and Juliet called Call Me by Any Other Name Just as Sweet. Outside of the arts, we're also known for the sciences, especially pre-health. Our acceptance rate to medical school for the last few years has been 87% and dental school 91%. Why is that so good? Well, a couple of things. Within a mile and a half of campus, you have 2 different hospital networks. One of those hospitals is blocks away from our campus. So thinking about volunteering opportunities, internships, where our alums are working, all of that you have access to. And our classes are small, average class size 15 students. You get to know your biology, chemistry, your science professors. And we also have academic partnerships with a variety of schools. You can see in the bottom right of the screen, like UPenn Dental and Boston University School of Medicine. Also keep this in mind if you like politics. We have a variety of politics majors, political thought, political science. We also have one of the highest student voting rates in the country. About 83% of students voted in the 2020 presidential election. We have a center on campus where you can do political surveys, reach out to Pennsylvanian voters and see how they feel about issues. So a good place if you're interested in politics. And last but not least on this slide, some things I want to point out is we have programs that I wouldn't say are unique, but just unique to sort of our size and our type of school, like accounting, business, and public health. Regardless of what you want to study, we're here to support you, but also challenge you. And I think a good challenging experience is study abroad. A little more than half of our students go abroad, semester-long or short-term programs. You can study climate change in Bangladesh or theater in London. We also want to prepare students for life after college. About 87% of our graduates report doing something within a year of graduation, whether that's going off to graduate school, having a job, pursuing a variety of things after graduating. And our graduates do a lot of different things. One alum is currently on Broadway playing Milky White, the Cow, and Into the Woods. A variety of other theater alums as well. One is actually pursuing a PhD program in neuroscience because she's interested in how art can be used as therapy for people with Parkinson's disease. We have graduates who go off into business, finance, the health professions. So a lot of opportunity regardless of what you want to study or what you want to do after college. And our campus is fun too, right? We're a residential college. You want to have fun. You can cheer on your peers, their Division III football team, catch a student improv or musical theater performance, try your luck in a game or just sort of event on campus. Last fall, we had a glow-in-the-dark dodgeball tournament. You can catch a bus through a school-sponsored trip to New York City to go see a Broadway show. And again, that's easy to do on a Saturday trip. Whatever you decide to do, just remember that we're here for you. I am your admissions rep if you're coming from California and Nevada. Our admissions process is a holistic one. We've been test optional since 1996. We're on the Common App, and yeah, I'm your admissions person. So that's it for my spiel. I'll stop there and turn it over to the next school.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Muhlenberg. We appreciate it. Up next, we have Temple University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cynthia Schumacher, and I am with Temple University. I'm the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions based here in California. So I will be your West Coast representative. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. We are a large public school that was established in 1884. We are an R1 research school. We have around 26,000 undergraduate students, around 36,000, including our graduate students, and we are located in the Philadelphia area. So if you're looking for a big city feel with a centralized campus, this is a perfect place for you. We have about 17 schools and colleges, which include 5 professional schools. So we do have on campus a medical school, dental school, law school, podiatry, and physical therapy school. We have around a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We do have large, starting out classes, like some of your bio classes and that sort of thing. But once you start to get into your major courses, we have 13-to-1 student ratio. But with a large campus means we do have a large faculty pool. We also do have over 160 undergraduate majors. So we have almost everything for you. Our most popular majors are going to be our engineering, business, our art and architecture, our direct entry nursing program, and all of our liberal arts. But we do have over 160 majors. We have over 330 clubs and organizations. That also includes our Greek life. We have over 18 Division I athletic teams. Our football team also plays in Lincoln Stadium, where the Eagles play. Go Eagles! And we are the 6th largest city. So again, if you're looking for a big city feel, we are the place for you. But again, our campus is centrally located. So, unlike, let's say, like an NYU, where the campus is, pretty spread out, we are centrally located, and our housing is right there on campus. We do also have our main campus in Philadelphia. We do also have an Ambler campus that houses our horticulture and landscape architecture. We also do have a campus in Rome and a campus in Japan. Our campus in Rome and Japan offer a Temple entry year program. So you are able to start your first year in Rome or Japan and then come back to main campus for your last 3 years. We do also have our campus in Japan, which is located in Tokyo, that you can go directly all 4 years and graduate with a Temple degree. If you're not necessarily interested in going abroad, we do also have our study away programs in New York, DC, and LA, but we also do have study abroad opportunities, not on our campuses, in a large majority of the world. So we are a Common App only school, and that will open up August 1st. And if you are early action, you'll hear back from us no later than January 12th. But May 1st across the board is going to be your deadline in terms of getting housing and accepting admission. We do like to, specify with students, you are guaranteed housing on our campus as long as you submit enrollment by May 1st and pay your deposits. We are also a test optional school. We have been and we will remain test optional. And do believe we've been a test optional for around 8 years now. But if you do decide to submit your SAT and ACT scores, that's absolutely fantastic. It can always help you. It will never hurt you. Again, we do offer we do have the Common App School. I do like to tell students you have the optional personal statement, the personal essay. I always like to tell students, fill it out. A lot of us like to hear about who you are as a student, especially coming from a larger university. It can set you apart in terms of reading applications. We do have one thing that is possibly different from a lot of applications. We do have the self-reported high school transcripts. So you will submit your transcripts manually. We don't require official transcripts at the time of your application. So self-reporting transcripts is going to be something that is required for your application to be completed. So here is our first year profile. On average, our GPA was about a 3.4. SATs, if they decided to submit them, 1273, ACTs a 28. This is the statistics for our honors program. When you apply for Temple, you are automatically considered for the honors program. So you will not have to fill out a separate application for our honors. You'll get your admissions decision, and then maybe a couple weeks later, you'll get your admission to honors if you have been admitted. So a little bit more information for the sake of time. I'll keep going. Here is going to be our base tuition fees for in-state and out-of-state. We do have a tuition calculator, so I highly recommend that students go to our tuition calculator depending on what it is you're interested in, because we do have cost differential for our different majors. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I can go over those as well. This is all of our FAFSA information. First year applicants who have completed their application by February 1st are eligible for merit scholarships. And again, there is no separate application required. Oh, we're already done. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, and a great reminder, participants, if you have questions for any of our institutions here during these presentations, please feel free to use that Q&A function. They'll be more than happy to answer them. Up next, we have St. John's University.
Okay, terrific. Thank you. So good evening, guys. Thank you for tuning on. I appreciate you wanting to learn more about St. John's University in New York. So my name is Brooke. I work with all West Coast admissions. So if you have any questions, I'm going to leave my contact information at the end. Anything at all, I'm definitely your person to reach out to.
Brooke, your microphone is echoing. Do you have it on two different screens, maybe?
I don't. Okay. That's not good. Okay. Sorry, might still be echoing.
A little bit, but that's all right. Just go ahead.
Okay, sorry. So what we were founded on, we were founded on Vincentian, Metropolitan, Global, and Catholic. So just who we are, so we are a Catholic institution. Half our student body is identifies as Roman Catholic. The other half is made up from all over the world. We have students that represent all different beliefs. So Vincentian, we were founded by the Congregation of the Mission, following the teachings of St. Vincent de Paul, who is the patron saint of community service and outreach. So that's a large part of being a St. John student, is being a part of community service, doing outreach, global. So we are located in Queens, which is the largest, the most diverse county in New York State. So there is a lot of different cultures that represent our campus. And metropolitan. So we're only about 11 miles from New York City. So we are very close proximity directly to New York. So our main campuses are in Queens and Manhattan. Queens is the main campus, offering all of our majors, majority of our students, and our NCAA sports. We do have a campus in Manhattan as well. It's in the lower part of Manhattan. It does tend to gear towards our business students. And then we have a campus in Rome, in Paris, and in Limerick, Ireland. So this is just the bird's eye view of campus. We do love to show this. It kind of gives you a good snapshot of campus. In the background, you can see New York City skyline. It is super close. It's less than 25 minutes directly into Manhattan. Okay, and just some numbers. So we've got 17,000 undergraduate students currently enrolled at the university. We have 47 US states and countries represented. We have a 16:1 faculty ratio. So even though we're a large school, we do keep that class size small. You won't have more than 24 or 25 students in any of your classes. And we do have 17 Division I sports. Our St. John's basketball games are played at Madison Square Garden, so we're definitely a big sports school. And even if you're not a sports person, we have over 180 student organizations on campus. So there's definitely something for everyone. We also have a very large alumni network of about 185,000 alumni. So we major in options. We have over 100 different undergraduate programs that fall into 5 different schools on campus. Some of our most popular programs are nursing, pharmacy, our business school, our law. We have a 6-year accelerated law program. They go under each one of these schools. We have a university-wide curriculum that no matter what major, each student will follow the same curriculum. We offer an honors program at the school as well as multiple degree options. So if you're someone where you want to go on to get your master's, your MBA, most of our programs are compatible with that. So you can do them in 4+1. So instead of having to do 6 years, they're 5-year programs. So living on campus, definitely an option. So we have a whole residence village on our campus. So you're guaranteed housing as long as your housing deposit is in by May 1st. Especially because you're coming from a little far away, you're absolutely guaranteed housing. You're guaranteed for 1 year, all 4 years. You don't have to live on campus at all. Just know that it is an option. So this is some of our class of 2021 outcomes. So 96.2% of our graduates would recommend attending St. John's or one of their campuses. 89.2% of our graduates were hired or enrolled within 6 months after completing their degree at St. John's. These are just some of our top employers, some of our top internship partners. Every student at the university will have to have an internship before they graduate. These are just some of our most popular internships and employers. So our application information. So our early decision, early action has passed. Rolling is still going on, as well as regular decision for pharmacy and biooptometry. So our application is completely free. There's no application fee. We're on the Common App or on our own St. John's website, whichever is easier. We require an application and a high school transcript. So we are test optional. We've been test optional for about 7-8 years now, so it's not changing anytime soon. And your essay and letters of recommendation are all optional as well, except for the pharmacy and nursing program. Okay, so just some scholarship opportunities. So each student that is accepted to the university will automatically be reviewed for merit scholarship. These are just some scholarships that you can apply for. Our Osnum Scholars, if you're someone that needs unlocked community service. Our Catholic Scholars Program, our Catholic student, if you identify as a Roman Catholic student, these are probably the scholarships for you. They're all right on our website. If you go to stjohn.edu/scholarships. Okay, here's our tuition breakdown for 2021, 2022. Our rolling and housing deposits are due by May 1st. Oops. And then this is my contact information. We have our Accepted Students Day coming up Saturday, April 15th. That's me. If you have any questions, my email address and my phone number. And those are just ways to stay connected with the university. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And a quick reminder for participants to use that Q&A function to ask questions of our institutions here. Last but not least, we have Purdue University.
Perfect. Hello, everybody. You know, as the saying goes, we save the best for last. My name is Taylor. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission at Purdue University. I'm also a regionally based employee and work with students in California as well as Hawaii. So we'll get started in talking a little bit more about Purdue. Purdue falls into that category of a large public institution. You can see our total enrollment hit over 50,000 students this year, and our undergraduate enrollment is just under 38,000. You can see the breakdown of where our students are coming from. For those attending the event tonight from California, let it be known that California is the third largest state represented in our student body. I've been on staff since April of 2017, and there have been at least 500 students from the state of California in each year's class at Purdue. So a little bit more about the area. Purdue is located in West Lafayette. It's 2 hours from Chicago and an hour north of Indianapolis. For students coming in from out of state, either airport in Chicago or the Indianapolis airport, there are going to be shuttles that run to and from campus multiple times a day. The West Lafayette area falls in that category of a suburban feel, kind of that quintessential college town. You kind of get the best of both worlds because you get the city of West Lafayette as well as Lafayette and what we call the greater Lafayette community. They're bridged by a pedestrian bridge as well as other roadways connecting the two over the Wabash River. Festivals and concerts are happening all the time, and the students are very involved with the community overall. A lot of the concerts that are happening, they're also comedians, Broadway shows as well. Moving on to the academic side, we have over 200 areas of study. They are divided up into these 11 different academic schools and colleges. I would say the most well-known, because it is one of the largest, is our College of Engineering. Other programs I'd like to give a shout out to are where I started when I was a student at Purdue, in that exploratory studies program, which is for those students that are deciding between two majors, or they just need some more guidance. Students can be in that program up to 4 years. Up to 4 semesters, and then we do have you choose a program after that second year. We have a direct-to-bid nursing program in the College of Health and Human Sciences, also home to our hospitality and tourism management program. Speaking of management, our Craner School of Management is our business program. It is going to be going through a reimagining process in the next year. That is where all of our business programs are housed. We also have professional schools that include the pharmacy school. So we do have that 6-year PharmD program, as well as a school of veterinary medicine on campus. I do want to spend some time going through the application process. At Purdue, you get to apply to your top 2 majors. So there are drop-down menus on the Common App, and you get to choose your top 2. These are going to be the requirements. The only way to apply to Purdue is through the Common App. We do have a supplemental question that includes 2 short essay questions. Students can self-report their grades and test scores. We do require that main 650-word Common App essay, and then the app fee. We review applications holistically. The first piece are going to be those academic pieces. So we're looking at the high school coursework. We're looking at the rigor of courses available in the lens of your high school. We're looking specifically at those grades. You can see that your GPA is not part of the equation. We're looking at the strength of curriculum, the relevant coursework to the academic major that you chose, as well as those academic trends. We have had a test flexible policy in place during the pandemic, but for the application process that will start in August, we will be requiring test scores. As you can see, it's just a little piece of that academic puzzle. We also want to know what you've been doing outside of those classroom hours. So we put a big emphasis on the extracurricular activities. That's anything that you're doing outside of school. We're looking for things that are associated with that academic area of interest, is also just to see how well-rounded of a student you are. We do read the essays. We don't make you write them just for fun. Recommendation letters are not required, but they are encouraged. They can come from a counselor, a teacher, a boss, a coach. Anything 1 to 3 letters is a perfect amount. The personal background experience is an opportunity for you to share other information that is not part of the application process. And I left the 2, last but not least, the Purdue major in college. and the time of year that you apply. We have a handful of programs at Purdue that are significantly more competitive than others. Those 4 programs are going to be our computer science program, our first year engineering program, nursing, as well as professional flight. That time of year comes into play because I encourage all students to apply for that early action deadline of November 1st, but it is going to be the priority application deadline for those 4 programs. Also, when you apply by November 1st, you're automatically considered for those merit-based scholarships, as well as it is the deadline to apply to the honors college. Last but not least, the money talk slide. My one plug for this slide is that our tuition has been frozen for the 11th consecutive year. That is unprecedented in the realm of higher education. We are the only school that can say that they have been doing that for that long. And that was my good transition time-wise. That if you have any questions, put them into the chat, and I'm going to hand the microphone back off to Jenny. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, I see some questions in the chat. Thank you so much for utilizing that function. And thank you, Purdue, for sharing more about your institution. I'll ask everyone here to come back on the screen for a moment. We have time for some Q&A. So we'll go in the same order that you presented at. And our first question for this evening is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So you can share your bits of wisdom with our participants here tonight. Forgive me. All right, we'll go in the same order, starting with Miami University, Oxford.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? I apologize.
That's all right. Our question for the evening is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
The best advice I can give someone is just realize that not only are schools recruiting you, but you're recruiting schools as well. I think I got that from a friend of mine, Anna Marie. I had a case study. So sorry, Anna, I don't know if you were going to shout that out there, but that kind of stuck into my mind. But I know students are always nervous in applying, and they don't feel very confident. But get out there, apply to as much schools as you can. Weigh your options, and just remember that they are, they're trying, that you're recruiting them as well. You need to figure out what your best fit is. Even if your parents want you to go to that school, or you might feel that they have a great sports team, just remember it's what your fit that you're going to be there for the next 4 years. So that's my advice.
My advice would be connect with the schools you're applying to. So sometimes it can be hard to visit. Visiting is always the best to determine if the school is a good fit for you. You'll see the other students on campus. You'll see what campuses looks like. Everyone has great pictures of their campuses, including Wagner. But we're supposed to have great pictures. Go see it for yourself. Look at what it looks like in person. But if you can't do that, most of us do virtual overviews. We have phone campaigns. We're willing to talk to you. Admissions counselors are your friends. We are very friendly people, and we're willing to work with you. And we'll pretty much make anything happen. If you want to come and talk to a student, if you want to talk to a student over the phone, if you want to come and sit in on a class, take those opportunities, because that's what's really going to help you determine if your school is the right fit for you.
I love all the advice that's been said so far, and I echo what's been said. And I think to sort of, as you are thinking about reaching out to schools and connecting with schools, you may find yourself soon on, if you're not already, on information overload. So figuring out how do you manage everything, right? So my really boring piece of advice is have some really good email management system. Check your email. You're going to get a lot of emails that are just us telling you things about us, but then also really important things like your application's missing this, or interview and we'll give you a fee waiver, things like that, right? So maybe have like folders or some other labeling system if you use Gmail. So not super fun, but super important.
I'll piggyback off of everything everyone else said, but also, you'll have your top schools, but also think outside the box for yourself as well. Look at what campuses have to offer, really dive deep. And, like Jim said, Make sure you're talking to admissions counselors and really asking if you can, connect with students on campus, see what they offer professionally, internship wise, and really apply for all scholarships possible. And then, I guess my last bit of advice, check out the schools that have, good cost-effective living as well.
Oh,
Sorry,
it's hard to go.
if
Oh,
I'm echoing. Ooh. Is it? I don't know, I think it's me. Yeah, I think it's me. Sorry if I'm echoing. But visit. I know it was said before, I can't stress how a visit can really impact your admissions decision. Especially if you're unsure if this is the right fit for you. This might be your home for the next 4, 5, 6 years. So it is important to make sure that you visit. Make sure that it does check off a few boxes. I know that you're applying to schools at 17. You might be there till you're 22, 23. You just want to make sure that you're happy in the environment that you're in. Look at what jobs can you land when you graduate? What are their graduation rates? What are their job rates? These are huge things that you might not think of right now, but I promise you'll be thinking about them eventually.
last but not least, it's hard going last with all those great advice that my colleagues shared. My piece would be go directly to the source for any information going through this process. There are a lot of websites that will pull information, or maybe your neighbor down the street or your brother or sister went through the application process the year before. Things change. Go directly to the admissions website to see those dates and deadlines for each and every application. So that is mine. I'm going to pass it off to Jenny again.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is all fantastic advice. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here and share all of that advice. Participants, if you still have more questions, please feel free to reach out to all of these lovely individuals on your screen. And I know some of them put their information in the chat, or you can go to their school's websites and click on admissions and contact them that way as well. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to them. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd really appreciate any feedback that you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions that are happening right after this one. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/WACAC. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck on your college search process.